Good morning. Good morning, guys. How is everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing. Um, we got video recording on the pod, I think. We'll see if I end up editing it because you guys, I um I really hate editing YouTube videos. If anyone wants to be my editor for free until I start getting, some sponsors, maybe I'll get ExpressVPN on here, HelloFresh soon. um, but until then, we'll see if I edit this. If not, sorry guys, but um, you'll just have to deal with it. This morning it's 9:53 a.m. as I'm recording this. I'm drinking salted caramel hot chocolate with coconut whipped cream. Mm-mm-mm. And I'm using this mug that I got for my mom for Mother's Day. And it's pink with flowers and it says, "Good job, Mom. I turned out great." Because I did. So, shout out, Mom. Um, so it's 10 a.m. and I'm drinking a hot chocolate because, it's September. It's the fall season, September 11th when I'm recording this. Controversial, I know. But I know a lot of people whose birthday it is today. And I was like, maybe I'll just record the pod because this is my only day off this week. And as we all know, I get lazy when I have to go to work. So we're dealing with what we got. And I'm out of podcast ideas already. Like, literally already. I have some topics to talk about today. But it's like, I'm out of ideas. So I posted on my Instagram story, and I said I'm out of podcast ideas already. So I'm like, I only have 2 responses so far. So I think I'll check it at the end, and maybe we'll just quickly skim through and see what everyone wants me to talk about. But for today, we're working with what we got, and that's okay. So this podcast episode is going to be filled with a lot of nothingness. But that's okay. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do with the resources that you got and the brain capacity that you got. So yeah. So if I have the video recording up, perhaps I will. If not, I think that everyone who's listening to this already knows. I dyed my hair dark red, right? Funny story, actually. I was gonna go, shout out Gian. I wonder if she listens. I feel like she doesn't, but I don't have an accurate description of who listens to this. So, anyway, I was gonna go, like, Gian Ross bright red with my hair. That was the color that I bought, actually. Because I was like, that could be, like, bold and fun. So I bought this, like, bright-ass red color hair dye on the box. And then it turned out, like, dark red like this. Like, it turned out way darker. Like, it looked like I dyed my hair black and then dyed it red, But my hair was, like, blonde before. Like, I bleached it, like, a couple months ago. So I dyed it, like, it came out, like, dark red, and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this look. And then a couple days later, it started to fade into, like, a dark brown. And so I was like, okay, like, I'll just re-dye it, So I went to get, like, buy hair dye. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to, like, risk, maybe I just, like, they just screwed up the box or something. So that was, like, actually supposed to be, like, a dark red one, but I don't know, like, maybe it was, like, a mistake that it was, like, that color, like, it wasn't supposed to be like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a dark red, like, the shade that it is now of hair dye, so that I can keep, like, this dark red kind of vibe, because I like it better than if I had bright red hair, I think. So I bought, like, a darker red, and then I had it on for 5 minutes, you guys, and, like, my hair, I could just, like, see, it was already, like, so bright after, for, like, 5 minutes. You're supposed to keep hair dye on for, like, 25 minutes, right? So I kept it on for, like, 5 minutes, and this was, like, Gian Ross hair, like, Gian Ross, senior year kind of vibe of hair color, like, it was bright red, right? And so I was like, okay, I don't want this anymore because I like the dark red. So I literally washed it out after like 5 minutes. And like my hair was like red, you know? Like before it was like maroon, kind of like burgundy, hint of purple, you know? But no, bitch, my hair was red as fuck. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, thank God I didn't leave it on for longer. But it's just like so weird because I bought bright red hair dye and then my hair was dark, and then I bought dark hair dye and then my hair turned brighter. So I'm like, I don't know what to do when this fades, because like the lighter red hair color faded into like the darker run that it is today. So now I have trust issues when it comes to red hair dye because I don't know what to believe. So we'll see. We'll see. My hair's definitely gonna fall out soon. But that's a worry for another day, you know? But anyway, so now I have dark red hair. And after I dyed it, I was like, okay, so I haven't really like been into makeup. Like I don't wear much. Like I wear like mascara, you know, like I'll do eyeliner occasionally, right? Sometimes I put eyeliner on like the underneath of my eye for a little Avril Lavigne look. I like that. But I've never really been into much more than that. And then when I dyed my hair red, I was like, oh my god, it would look so cool if I got like a dark lipstick. Because before it was like my hair was orange, right? And it just like looked kind of awkward with like a color of lipstick with like my orange hair, like my blonde hair, like I had black hair at this time last year. So just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. I did take advantage of my black hair and get lipstick, but this time I was like, I want to get like a red lipstick, dark red. So I got dark red and I got purple, and then I got this like brown one, and now I'm loving it. Like it just pulls the whole look together, and I'm feeling very like gothic, the Craft, Twilight, Alice from Twilight, chic goth kind of look. And I'm loving it, you guys. I think that this is my new thing. I rewatched The Craft yesterday. Craft is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay, top 5 movies for me. Number 1, Back to the Future. Number 2. Ooh, wait, you guys, I gotta think this through. Number 2, I think, is Cruella, the new Cruella movie. It's not really new. It came out like last year, I think. So good. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. Number 3, I would say, is The Craft. Number 4, Clueless. Just for the fashion. You know, just like for the nostalgia vibe, it's a comfort movie. Number 5, I would say... I gotta think carefully about this one. Number 5, I would say, is Scream. Because that's also, like, my comfort movie. I watch it, like, every year on Halloween. Or around Halloween, I try to. I'm a horror movie girl, you know? I love horror. I love psychological thriller movies, you know? Me and Neva went to the theaters last week. Wait, this week? Last week. And we saw Nope, the new Jordan Peele movie. So good, you guys. I love horror. But yeah, number 5 is probably Scream. So those are my top 5 movies. But yeah, so I watched The Craft last night. The original one. I watched the original, and then I watched the new one. Original forever holds a place in my heart. If you haven't seen The Craft, like, it's almost kind of like Halloween-y, spooky season vibes. You have to watch The Craft. It's so good. It's just like about a bunch of witches. Ugh, literally best movie in the world. And then I watched the new one last night as well. New one was good, but it's like so much more lighthearted than the original. Like, the original is fucked up. Like, that movie, like, it's like pretty gruesome, you know? Like, it's like dark. Even like the ending, you know? Original is like so lighthearted and like, you know, I don't know, it's just different. I also like how, like, I like movies that are made now where the teenagers actually dress, like, super fucking cool, you know, like, cool makeup, cool outfits. I watched, Senior Year with Rebel Wilson. They had, like, good fashion in that movie, too. I really like it when, the costume designers in the movie are, like, actually good. And, I think I want to do that as a career one day. Do, like, costume design for movies. Like, I would love to, like, do outfits for, like, a witchcraft movie. Oh, you guys, that'd be so fun. I gotta go to Capilano University for costume design. Maybe I'll do that in the next couple of years. We'll see. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, but so I watched The Craft, and I just like I'm loving this look, this gothic look for me. You know, I switch up my style pretty often, I'd say. You know, like every like couple months, I would say just have a new look. And I like that, you know, keeps them on their toes. It's like, what's Leah gonna do next? Maybe she'll have blue hair. Maybe she'll have, you know, no hair. Maybe I'll shave my head. I actually want to. I feel like shaving my head would be such a moment. Like, Alyssa did it. They look freaking sick as fuck. But I think I have too round of a head to go bald. Like, I would look like a man. But, like, not in a good way. But yeah, so, yeah, I switch up my look pretty often. Right now we're going, like, a goth chic, and I really like it. It's good for autumn, you know, I like this hair color. And, you know, all my coworkers have been telling me that it looks really good. One of my coworkers is super into astrology, and, like, every day I go in, she just, like, points something out that, like, she's like, oh, you're such a Leo, you know, like, I don't know, I wore sun earrings to work the other day. She's like, oh my god, sun earrings, you're literally a Leo. And I was like, yes, girl, I am. Anyway, so she was like, it's just, like, the red hair, you know, fiery, you know, Leo kind of vibes. I am a Leo. If I was to do witchcraft, I would be, the south, aka fire. That would be my element, so meet me on my element. But yeah, so I'm embracing the Leo in me with my red hair. I was with my orange hair though too, if anything more. But the orange hair was seeming a little bit too summery for me. As you know, it is the fall time now, as I've said so many times. But I would say, like, summer is my favorite season because I'm the least depressed in the summer because it's, like, sunny. Right? Guys, did you know that the sun comes out in the summer? But I like the fall, like, vibes better, you know? I really like fall fashion because it's, like, you can layer, you know? I love, like, a good sweater. That's it. I love wearing sweaters, you know? I like being able to, wear, like, hoodies to bed and not be, like, sweating. It's been really cold at night, which is nice. But yeah, as I said before, I like horror movies, and fall time is, like, for horror movies, right? But yeah, and, you know, all the fall colors, like the reds, the oranges of the leaves. Only thing that I don't like about the fall in Vancouver is, like, it just rains, you know? I like it. I don't mind when it's cloudy, but it's just, like, raining all the time is so, like, gloomy, and that, like, brings back my seasonal depression. So, you know, there's pros and cons to everything, right? But I do love the fall season, and I also love fall baking. I baked pumpkin spice banana bread a couple days ago. You guys, so good. So freaking good. I can't even, like, describe to you how good it was. It was actually, like, would have given me an orgasm if it was a person. Let's move on from that. But anyway, I baked pumpkin spice banana bread. It was so incredibly good. Like, you guys, I'm so good at baking banana bread. It's actually, like, criminal how good I am at baking banana bread. Baking anything, honestly. I slay the game every single time. I'm like Martha Stewart in the kitchen making stir fry, you know? But yeah, I'm so good at baking. Last year I baked pumpkin spice cinnamon buns. So good. I think I'm gonna have to bring those back because those were freaking delicious as well. Maybe I'll bake banana bread today, but I have to go and get bananas because there are none, and I'm kind of lazy, so I don't think I'll do that actually. But anyway, so it's the fall time, you know, and so yeah, switching up my look. I don't know what I'll do next. I think I want to cut my hair a bit shorter, so maybe that'll be another look. But I think I'm gonna keep this color for some time because I really like it, and I like the look of like my lipstick with my hair matching. Plus now like the color like forest green looks extra good on me because of the hair. It's like because red and green are like contrast colors, you know. You guys know like the color wheel. You know the color wheel? Yeah. So anyway, those have been the vibes recently. And I went through my closet. So I have a closet and then I have a clothing rack, right? Because I have so many clothes that like it doesn't fit all in one closet. So every season I switch it so that my clothing rack like has, you know, if it's the summer, my clothing rack will have like my t-shirts, my tank tops, right? And then in the winter it'll have like my sweaters and stuff on it. So I just changed that as well, even though it's supposed to be like 30 degrees today, but it's so smoky outside. So it's like, you know, it's not like direct sunlight, which is fine. But yeah, so I switched my closet and then I went through all of my clothes and then I posted a bunch on my story to like sell them. I haven't really like heard anything from anyone, like a few people are interested, but overall, like, you know, I'm probably just gonna give them to Value Village anyway. And then right after I went through my closet, I was like, I'm gonna go shopping. And I went to Value Village and I literally got so many things. So I was like, why did I even go through my closet in the first place? Like, I am literally the worst. Like, I go through phases sometimes where I'm like, I want to be a minimalist and like only have like essentials in my closet and have like a very clean look. But then I like find really cool things, or like I want like a cool Instagram post, you know. And I like being a fashionista, right? I like having people, you know, look at my feed for outfit inspo. It makes me really happy when people will reply to my story and be like, I'm gonna recreate this outfit, or like, this outfit is cool, I wanna recreate it too, you know? I don't know, I maybe I'm cut out for influencer life, you know? I'll be the next like Emma Chamberlain or something. But yeah, so I went through my closet and then I got like a whole bunch of shit, so whatever. You know, we go through the motions, we go through style changes. And then like speaking of style changes, it's like now that I have red hair, because Neva has red hair, right? And she would always talk about how like much she wants to like match her outfits to her hair, or like match everything to her hair. I didn't get it. But now that I have red hair, it's like, yeah, I want to like, you know, I want to take advantage of this like forest green color, and just like, you know, now all my tattoos match my hair. So my last Instagram post was like a black and red kind of vibe, and like my tattoos matched it. Oh my god, you guys, it was so good. But yeah, so I think that it's important to like switch up your style every couple, I don't know, once in a while, you know? Like for me it's like every couple months, just because like once I stare at myself too long when I look the same, it's like, I don't know, I get bored of my appearance, and then I'm like, okay, I want to change something to like switch it up, you know? So then I'll like get a piercing, or I'll get like that's normally when I get like a new tattoo, is like when I go through that kind of phase. Because like switching up my hair is like, you can only do it so many times, right? Like I'm gonna run out of color soon. Like I've done blonde, I've done pink, I've done black, I've done like light brown, red, orange. You know, I'm going through the colors of the rainbow at this point. But I think it's important to, you know, switch up your appearance once in a while, because I don't know, keeps things interesting, you know? Yeah. I guess that's all I got to say to that, you know? So if you're listening to this, go and get a haircut, dye your hair, and then send me a picture. And then Be like, Leah made me do this. Actually, don't. I don't want to be liable for your guys' decisions, actually. What else has been going on? I have, like, a couple more topics, but, I want to talk about this first. So, I go to this cafe, like, literally every single day, okay? The cafe that's right by my house, it's like a 3-minute walk or something. I literally go, like, every day. Whether it be, like, whether I have an off day or, like, on my way to work, I will go every day. And I don't even, like, want a coffee, you know? Because it's like I have one in the morning. That's, like, enough for me, you know? Because, like, after I have one, I'm, like, dehydrated. And then when I get dehydrated, the last thing I want to have is coffee, you know? And then, like, sometimes I'll get a matcha, you know? Sometimes I'll get a chai tea latte. But it's, like, most of the time I just get coffee because it's just, like, the easiest thing, you know? Anyway, I don't even, like, want it. But I go because the baristas there are so nice. I just, like, I love the vibes there. I love talking to them. It's just, like, fun, right? So it's like I don't even want the coffee, but I just go to, like, talk to them. Anyway, then I've been becoming friends with this one barista. Shout out Catherine from Kanaka. But anyway, then she, like, asked me what I was doing one day, and then, it was the day that I went to go record the podcast episode with Paris, last week's episode. And then, I was like, like, recording my podcast. And then I told her what it was, because she said she was going to listen to it. And then she did listen to it. And I was like, Catherine, I love you. Shout out Catherine. She will probably listen to this one time or another. So, maybe we'll have her on the pod next. Who knows? But, anyway, it's just, like, such a sexy thing to be able to, like, tell people that I have a podcast, you know? Like, if they're like, what are your plans for the day? And I'm like, just, like, you know, editing the pod, right? And then it's, like, a whole conversation. I just love talking to people, I think, you know? Just, like, anyone, like, you know, on the street, or, like, baristas, or, like, waitresses, waiters, whatever. I just like treating people nicely. You know, I like being a friendly social butterfly. But that's just who I am, you know? But okay, so let's get into one of the main things that I wanted to talk about, which is queerbaiting. Because I've been seeing a lot of things on my feed that are like, this person's queerbaiting, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I just had some opinions on it. So, as we all know, I think I'm bisexual, okay? I'm just putting that out there. Proud to be, but I also go through the motions of, like, you know, I don't know. I go through, like, a new sexual awakening, like, every week. No, every day. I'm, like, going through the motions. I'm like, maybe I'm not, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Anyways, I'm not straight. I know that. I think. Who knows? But, you know, I got the crush on this girl in grade 8, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'm gay. And then I moved to BC, and then I had a crush on this guy who I worked with, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm straight. And then I think I have, like, lots of propaganda in my mind, or, like, I have, like, internalized homophobia in terms of, like, you know, people telling me, like, bisexual people don't exist, like, you're just, like, you're either gay or straight, you know, like, pick a side, blah, blah, blah. Which is not true. Bisexual people are valid, you know? You can like both genders. But I think it's just, like, me overthinking everything in my own brain, being like, you know, like, if I have a crush on a girl, I have to make that my whole personality. I'm gay now, you know? And also, like, so I dated a girl for like a year and a half. Okay, so I was dating this girl for like a year and a half, right? And when we first started dating, I went through, like, the motions of being like, maybe I'm a lesbian, right? But I knew in my head that I wasn't, okay? Because I've had crushes on guys in the past. Right now, I'm like, I'm like, I want to date a guy, you know, just so that I can, like, kind of see what it's like, you know? Compare and contrast. um, but, you know, and it's like, even, like, before we started dating, I was like, you know, maybe I'll get a boyfriend this year, you know? So I had, like, a huge glow up, not to flex, but I did. So I was like, you know, whatever. Anyway, then I started dating this girl. And I don't know why I'm being so secretive about this. Because, like, everyone who's listening to this knows who this is. Oh, God. I'm gonna regret... Anyway, whatever. So, like, I was like, hey, maybe I'm gay. And then, you know, like, people who are queer, they just kind of, like, talk about being gay, even if they're not fully gay, right? Like, you know, you see that thing about, like, bisexual people, like, they always joke about being gay, right? But, like, they're not fully, right? You guys know what I mean? I hope that you guys know what I mean. But, it's just kind of like a thing. So it's like, I would always, like, joke about being a lesbian, or, like, make jokes being like, oh, like, I don't know. I don't even know what an example is. But, and I think it's, like, just a matter of, like, you know, you say something enough times, you just, like, start to believe it, right? So then it's, like, as I got further and further into this relationship, I kind of, like, convinced myself that I was, like, a lesbian. And it doesn't help, too, to be, like, the only gay friend in your friend group, you know? Like, because I was, like, the gay friend, right? So it was, like, whenever I'd, like, make jokes or something, like, they'd laugh, and it would be, like, everyone thought that I was a lesbian, right? I don't know, like, if what I'm saying is making sense, like, at all. I don't know. But, it's just, like, when everyone around me also refers to me as a lesbian, or, like, as the gay friend, you know, it just kind of, like, gets to you. And then I was like, okay, I'm a lesbian. But then, like, I'd see a hot guy on the street, and I'd get, like, nervous, right? So then I was like, okay, I'm probably not a lesbian. So then, like, me and this girl broke up. And then I was like, oh, okay, so I'm probably not a lesbian, you know? I don't know. I just, like, I go through, like, the motions. I keep saying that, but I go through, you know, like, a little sexual awakening every so often. And then, in addition to that, so I think I'm pretty confident that I'm bisexual, right? But it's just, like, I just get in my own head, you know? So I'm putting this out there. And then, I think I'm also somewhat on the asexuality spectrum. Either that, or, like, maybe I just have a super low sex drive. I don't know, but we'll see. We're getting personal on the Morning Coffee Pod, right? But anyway, so, okay, I want to talk about queerbaiting. But I just had to, like, I'm not a straight person talking about queerbaiting. I just had to put that out there, you know? I don't want any hate being thrown at me. Even though everyone who's listening to this already knows all of this, so. So I've seen a lot of things on my feed about, you know, like, Harry Styles kissing that one guy at that Don't Worry Darling movie premiere that everyone's talking about, that I don't care about. And then, like, Bad Bunny kissed a guy on stage when he was performing, you know. And then, like, Charlie Puth posted a picture of him naked, and people are calling that queerbaiting. Anyway, I just had a few things to say about this. I think that people, like, anytime Harry Styles does anything, they're like, oh, you're queerbaiting, because we don't know if you're gay or not, you know? And it's like, I don't think that anyone should be obligated to say whether they're gay or not if they want to, like, support gay people. Like, I don't know. And it's like, if a girl did this on stage, right? It's happened before. Like, I think, Madonna, who was it? Madonna and someone kissed on stage. Madonna, Britney Spears, I think. Madonna, Britney Spears. Yeah, so, like, in 2003, like, they kissed on stage. And it was like, no one gave a fuck. Or it's like, no one was like, oh, they're lesbians, they love each other or something. they're queer baiting lesbians. No, it's just like a kiss, you know? It's not like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me because, you know, if they're gay and they just don't want to come out and say it, or if they're bi, or if they're whatever, and they're not ready to come out and say it, but like, you know, I think that that's fine. But then it gets to a point where it's queerbaiting when, you know, for example, like, Billie Eilish, when she released that song, Wish You Were Gay, and then everyone was like, oh my god, is she a lesbian? And then it was like about, she wishes that this guy was gay, you know? Like, that's kind of like on the brink of it. But then, like, she posted a picture and she, like, with a bunch of women, and she said, I love girls, you know? But then she never spoke about that again. And it's like, you can't do shit like that. You know? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what I think, you guys. But it's like, in my opinion, like, that's kind of, that's queer-baiting, right? Because it's like, you're explicitly being like, I love girls, I wish you were gay, you know, like me. But then it's like, you know, it's not actually like that when you, like, read more into it. Maybe Billie Eilish is queer, and that's amazing, right? You know, like, good for her. But it's just like, you know, it gets to a point where it's like, you know, I don't know. I hope you guys know what I'm saying. But then, like, Logan Paul, when he tweeted that one time, he was like, I'm gonna go gay for a month for Pride. It's like, huh? I don't even know if that's queerbaiting at this point. Like, that's just, like, fucking stupid. Like, oh god. I remember when that first happened, and I was like, huh? Like, sorry, pardon? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. And then I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. Someone tweeted, like, something that they were gonna come out. Maybe it was Shawn Mendes. Like, I don't know. It was, like, someone tweeted, like, oh, I'm gonna come out and say this. But then it was just, like, an apology or something. Or it was, like, an announcement for, like, a tour. Someone said something that was like that. That is queerbaiting. That is, like, for sure queerbaiting. If you say the words, I'm coming out to say this, or, like, so, like, I don't know, saying, like, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, that's definitely queerbaiting, right? But I think, I don't know why, but, like, I don't think Harry Styles is queerbaiting, you know? I think he's just, like, even if he's straight, he's just confident enough in his straightness to, like, you know, be able to do all these things, and that's okay. But, I don't think Bad Bunny was queerbaiting when he kissed that guy on stage, because, like, that's literally happened so many times where women have done that, and it's, like, no one thinks anything of it, but then it's, like, it's just, like, a stigma, right, with, like, gay men, or, like, with guys just, like, not being able to, you know, express, like, their feelings, or, like, you know, whether or not, like, I don't know, it's just, like, it's different, right? I don't know, because, like, you know, it links kind of back to, like, what I was talking about bisexuality is, like, you know, if you're bi and then you are dating someone of the opposite gender, it's, like, people are just going to assume you're straight, but then if you're dating the same gender, they're just going to assume you're gay. It's, like, no, you know? You guys, I literally have nothing valuable to say ever. Like, why do I have this podcast? I can't, like, formulate my thoughts correctly. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. That's what I think about queerbaiting. It's just, like, let people, you know, let people live. People also think, that, like, Will from Stranger Things, like, the writers were, like, queerbaiting when they were writing his character. I don't think that's true. Because it's, like, it's kind of obvious that, you know, like, that's where his character arc is going. If they, like, ended the series completely without explicitly saying if he was gay or not, that's queerbaiting. But it's, like, the show's not over, you know? Like, it's not like Will's gonna, like, think he's gay 1 second and then tell Mike and then immediately it's resolved, you know? Like, it takes some steps and they're doing, like, some character development with it. And also he's literally, like, so traumatized from everything that's been happening to him. Like, he doesn't really have a moment to, like, sit down and, like, think about his thoughts because he's worried about, like, literally getting possessed. So I don't think it's queerbaiting yet. If the writers, like, don't, you know, if the writers, like, continue to do this, like, kind of, like, is he gay, is he not? He definitely is, you know? It's, like, that's where his character's going. But I'm just saying, like, if they write the rest of the show and then they don't really, like, acknowledge that, then I would say it's queerbaiting because, you know, you're just kind of, like, getting everyone's hopes up. But the show's not over yet, so I don't think it's queerbaiting yet. Maybe I'll eat my words later. But that's what I think. I don't even know if I said anything that was of value at all. But I guess we'll see, you know. Who knows? Maybe I'll turn out to be straight one day. Who knows, guys? But yeah, so those were kind of the topics that I wanted to touch on. So let's go and see if anyone had responded to my sticker about what I should talk about in the podcast. So let's read them. One, I have 2 responses still. Like, no one cares. No one cares at all. That's fine. I love posting things on my story that I know no one cares about. But I do. So that's why you guys follow me. So yeah. Carissa said, how amazing I am. Okay. POV. Me and Kieran, who's Carissa's boyfriend, both of our favorite movies are Back to the Future. Carissa has not seen it. She has now, but she didn't see it, the day before yesterday. She had never seen it. And then I had a conversation with her, and I, like, because Kieran texted me, and he was like, can you please convince Carissa to watch Back to the Future with me? She doesn't want to watch it. And I was like, what is wrong with you, woman? Like, okay. I'm not a sci-fi girl. I'm not. Like, I think sci-fi is boring. Sorry, guys. And Back to the Future is a sci-fi movie, so it's kind of weird that, like, I would hate sci-fi, but then my favorite movie is, like, a sci-fi movie. But, like, I think that Carissa feels the same, but she also watches, like, the most boring documentaries about, like, nature or something, and she finds no issue with that, and I was like, okay, you know, relationships are about sacrifice, right? When I was in a relationship, I watched The Hobbit, even though I literally, like, thought that was the most boring movie ever, had no desire to watch it, didn't want to watch it at all. I watched it because I was in the relationship and I wanted to, you know, I wanted to give too and not just receive, right? So that's why I told her. I was like, you just gotta watch it because for me and for your bae, you know, your bestie and your bae, you just have to watch it and, like, you know, because you'll never know if it's a boring movie or not until you've watched it. You're just assuming, right? So anyway, also I was like, George McFly is hot when he's a kid, like, or like when he's like a teenager, you know, like in Back in Time. I thought he was hot. So anyway, I said that and she watched it. And then she texted me and she was like, George is not hot. If anything, Biff is. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. Like, ew! 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 I can't. Like, no. Are you kidding? Anyways, so that was disgusting. So actually, Chris, I don't think you're amazing at all. I think you're gross. So take that, actually, because you don't like Back to the Future. And now you're dead to me. So, sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry by Demi Lovato. So yeah, moving on from that. And then, Perbigia said, oh my god. You guys, I can't read this. Interview interesting people. Listen to other podcasts, find a weird topic, and inform. I don't know, just few idea. I appreciate the ideas. That's not really, like, a topic that I can really touch on right now, but I have, like, ideas for podcast episodes, but I just, like, don't have the time, or, like, I have the time, but I don't have the energy to, like, execute them well, you know? Like, I don't know what I mean, but, like, I have a lot of ideas in my brain, but, like, they're just, like, ambitious, you know, or, like, they take a lot of research, they take a lot of, like, time, right? Which is fine, and, like, eventually I'll get to them, but, for example, like, this one, I was like, oh, I should probably, like, record an episode of the pod, but, like, I don't know what to talk about, but then, like, I'm like, I don't know, I don't know why I feel obligated to, like, do this every single week, like, no one's keeping me from doing this every other week, you know, like, that was, like, the episode with Paris, like, I uploaded a day late, in quotations, because, like, it's not like I have, like, deadlines to make or something, just, like, literally just for me, like, I'm not even, like, people think that I do this podcast to, like, be famous. I don't. I'm literally just doing this because I feel like I have a lot to talk about. Or it's like, I don't want to bore everyone with, like, my everyday thoughts, you know? So it's like, if you listen to this and you want to, like, listen to my thoughts, then that's cool, you know? But, yeah, I don't know, I just, what was I talking about? What the heck? You guys, I'm so not good at this. I actually, like, forgot what I was talking about. Like, I really have no words, but, oh, right, okay, I remember now. So, yeah, I don't know why I feel, like, obligated to, like, upload. I do it because I like it, you know, I like doing this. I just don't like editing the videos, because I'm just lazy, you know, it's not even, like, because I don't like it. It's literally, like, it's out of laziness, so. But, so yeah, like, I have a lot of ideas, but it'll just take time to execute them, so, if no ideas, like, come to me in the next couple days, like, I'll probably take, like, a week off, and then, like, do some research for, like, the future episodes that I want, because, like, it's, like, they're, like, pretty, like, you know, like, heavy ideas, or, like, it just, like, it'll take a lot of work to, like, execute my thoughts, because I want to do it well, so stay tuned for that, you know, hopefully I'll get to that soon, but yeah, we'll see how much time I have, because I'm working, like, full-time now. I start my school. I was supposed to have my first French class yesterday, and then I get an email, like, Friday night, and it's like, oh, the French class is canceled because, like, the instructor can't teach it anymore, and I was like, okay, so, great. How am I supposed to learn French now? Like, do these guys, like, even know who I am? Like, I'm Leah, I literally have a podcast, like, learn it. Anyway, so, and then I start my fashion classes next week, I think, or, like, the week after, so, that'll be fun, can't wait for that, and, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about, so, let me know if you have any specific things that you want me to talk about. You can send me an email. What's my email? I made a podcast email. It's mornincoffeepod@gmail.com. Mornin without a G. mornincoffeepod@gmail.com. So, if you're interested in sending me an email, you can do that. You can do that at that email, or send me a DM. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning. Get yourself a nice salted caramel hot chocolate, and start your day off with a freaking bang. So, I'll see you guys later, and peace out. Wait, let me take a thumbnail. Okay. Bye, guys.